Hi, yeah, I've done this video a few times. First time it glitched. Second time I kind of messed up on some audio, so yeah, I'm doing this again. I'm gonna explain to you a little bit more in detail this time what I was trying to show in the last one, because I was rushing through it because I thought it would glitch again, but I'm pretty sure I fixed the glitch.
11 puñaladas me dieron, cuchillo. Me vieron echando un pipazo en la calle. Se enamoraron y me dieron duro, durísimo. Lo menos yo lo hago, lo que es en el parque, en el piso, en la calle. Puede pasar cualquiera y matarlo a uno.
It's called the purge.
En cambio aquí, pues tienen que meterse. Y sí que para meterse siempre da como cosita. Así como...
Yeah, that's rare amongst those lizard bitches.
Se metieron los paramilitares y quemaron a una muchacha. La rociaron de gasolina. Vinieron y la sacaron la...
Yeah, they only got the bravery to kill a little girl.
All the canals,
they're all connected, right?
you never know that they are watching you, but they are watching you all the time.
Like we're almost on the edge of the suburbs. We're just on like kind of highway right now.
Cold-hearted motherfuckers
right there and a couple gas stations, but that's basically it. Where exactly this canal runs, they're all kind of coming up it. They're just like kind of collecting right now.
Only a cold motherfucker would kill a little kid like that.
What it is like landowners get upset about, like, you know, liberal agitation, socialists and stuff like that. And so they get together and they organize these, you know, little militias and say, you know, go out and take care of this.
Look at the skin, melanated.
Like when we got here, the guards over there on the kind of first tier of those high rises, they started flashing their lights down at us and on the dudes walking around.
That's called gaslighting.
So that's what they've got to worry about.
My Roman neighbor did the same bullshit to me.
Chat with us.
Pointed their fucking lights at my house.
How often do you have trouble with the police?
Another melanated man, what a surprise. Cops always fucking with people.
Ow. That's terrible. Do you have run-ins with paramilitary?
Gee, why are they trying to harm these guys' testicles? Maybe it's because they're mad they don't got no balls? Because they're lizard people?
They're trying to jump the stream. Keep their feet from soaking. That was pretty good. Oh, here come biker cops. I don't know. Man, I feel like in middle school again.
Ha!
Oh, we're cool.
Packers riding that little dirt bike, bro. You can pop them right off that.
Here's the police.
Look at this man. I ain't never seen no Latin man try to
enjoying our fiesta.
fit in before.
To scare the shit, because here are the cops.
They usually fit in real good.
Anytime it stops being tense.
Probably because he's melanated. He's trying to look natural taking a picture. Oh, hold on. What the fuck? This is what everybody's reaction should be, at least when they see this. A big what? He's a fucking what? This shows you the kind of mentality these creatures have, man. Who they're really hating on. And then you see this guy right here? Look at that melon. Look at that melon. This guy too. You're gonna see a difference between these guys and these guys one day.
I think we may have fucked up their spot for the night. Everybody's leaving now. Roberto told us that they're due for a cleansing.
En la calle siempre estás cambiando. Porque es que si te
the melanated ones are the actual natives, man. They're trying to wipe them out.
Y te pueden pasar muchas cosas. Pues porque de todas formas uno cuando está en una alcantarilla nunca va a estar a salvo de nada.
And they don't let them rest because the snakes are jealous that they have rest.
Una inundación, una...
And then look at these two. He was able to get out of sewage. You already know why. Look at his skin. This woman probably had nothing to do with him. I think that's actually his sister anyway. If it wasn't for him coming out of that sewer. And you already know why she never went to the sewer. Look at her skin. Like I said, these snakes, they don't want nobody having rest because they don't have rest. Snakes' eyes literally never close. They don't
Here's
rest.
a little bit of heaviness. 15 years ago.
So, yeah, I'm done with that one for now. Nah, I'm just going to go straight to Mr. Lang.
John Lang. At first glance, the story of John Lang seems like that of a tragic paranoid schizophrenic. John Lang believed that the Fresno, California Police Department was, quote, out to get him. He said that they were investigating him after he had posted articles criticizing the police department on local newspapers.
That's one of the main things they'll come after you for, is criticizing them. Just to let you know. Because you criticize them, like, you're going against the system. So they're going to come after you, basically.
Sites, including suggesting that the Fresno police were targeting the poor by illegally scanning license plates of parked cars in lower-income neighborhoods, and then pulling them over a few blocks away under the guise of a normal police.
Did you hear that? So he's in trouble for basically defending the poor, just like the Bible said to do. And what do these fucking lizard people do? The exact fucking opposite. They prey on the weak and the poor and the widow, all that shit, bro. It's disgusting, bro. These fucking animals have no sense of fucking morality, no sense of fucking limit to greed.
John Lang also made outlandish claims that the Fresno police were harassing him, following him, and even trying to sneak into his house to plant criminal evidence.
All these goddamn Romans.
John kept a journal that contained even more preposterous accusations.
You don't want these people.
Now, all of these claims definitely seem like the paranoid ramblings of a tragically delusional man. But here's where the story gets truly bizarre.
Yo, they come across illegally. What do you think they're gonna do when they get here?
John Lang believed that the Fresno police were monitoring his house.
Like, these people are so fucking corrupt. Look at their fucking countries, bro. It was not hard for them to get them to fucking just betray their own people and do all this kind of shit, man. These aren't even the natural inhabitants of these countries. Natural inhabitants are still in the countries, and they're brown, and they're fighting for their country.
So he set up a CCTV camera to record the street outside his home. The result was some very strange, unexplained incidents caught on camera. John caught footage of strangers stopping their car along his street, then walking along in front of his house for seemingly no reason, and then just leaving. There were vans with government plates who seemed to inexplicably be staking out his house. And after John Lang had become fed up with what he believed to be harassment by the Fresno police, he filed an internal affairs complaint against the local law enforcement.
And then what
That
happened?
night, he received a strange visit from 3 Fresno police cruisers
Jeez, I
who
wonder.
simply parked outside his home. Multiple officers
Oh, Romans.
then got out of their cars and
Romans,
basically just stood around on the opposite side of the
Romans,
street, staring at his house.
blind Roman, and then a woman right there, probably their leader.
But most bizarre of all is this clip caught by John Lang's CCTV camera. A black van full of men pull up and park on the opposite side of the street. The van's side door opens and one of the men begins filming John Lang's house with some sort of elaborate camera setup. Some have argued that this camera is a thermal imaging camera, the type that can see.
Snakes can only see heat, man. Lizards can only see infrared heat. So this even makes it even more fishy. How, like, they're actually using something that, this is the only way they'd be able to see them, if they were to show the footage to somebody else. If you were to give like a lizard a regular footage, they wouldn't be able to see shit because all they can see is heat. Lower frequency stuff, bassy stuff. That's why you're about to see why they like
signatures through walls and can be used to determine if a person is inside.
Well, now
Others
why?
say that the rig
I
is
already
simply an
explained
elaborate
why.
DSLR filming setup.
But
the question
you know,
remains,
see that they
why are these men
do
parked in
enjoy
front of John
some
Lang's
bassy
house
ass
in
noise.
this nondescript van, and why are they filming with this elaborate camera system?
I'll put it this way. This is why really pitch black guys really like that bassy, loud ass bullshit music. And that's why a lot of Latins who were conquered by these same pitch black people, and they kind of got like some of their bad tendencies from. Got that from where they go with their music with the brah, 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 brah. But anyways,
Some have even suggested that the man in the front seat who is talking on a cell phone might be reporting their findings back to some third party.
So snakes getting charmed by some shitty
On
ass
January
music.
14th, John Lang began making posts on Facebook, telling people that he believed the Fresno police planned to kill him. On January 16th, he posted yet another
Got rid of
warning.
his pay, everything.
Finally, another post, asking that anyone who owned a gun please come stay with him for the night, as he believed,
Cops are the
quote,
main ones
bad
behind this
guys
shit.
were coming for him.
Main ones behind this shit is the
4
cops.
days later, John Lang was dead.
I'm gonna prove
He'd
that for
been
you.
stabbed multiple times inside his house, and the house itself had been set on fire. At first, the Fresno Police Public Information Officer announced that John Lang was killed by stab wounds, which included being stabbed multiple times in the back. Later,
Multiple times
Fresno
in the back.
Police denied this statement. Fresno Police claimed that John Lang had taken his own life, that he had set his
How
own
the
house
fuck
on
is that
fire,
possible?
and that he had then stabbed himself multiple times.
Really though? Come on, bro.
Many people still don't believe the Fresno Police's version of the events.
Of course not. How the fuck are you gonna stab himself in the goddamn back, light the fucking fire and all that shit? Get the fuck out. Anybody believes that deserves death. Fucking just deserves death, bro. And then on top of that, if you actually search for police gang stalking California Fresno, it doesn't show up. What happened to that man, which is probably one of the greatest examples of gang stalking, it doesn't show up. There's all these other examples of, like, for example, this woman, where they're basically using all these kind of powers and technology and shit, and at the same time they're actually using real people in their house. It's like a poltergeist situation, shit moving around on its own, all kinds of shit. They got technologies that can do that. I've already explained that, and these spirits can actually do that as well. And then she heard some noising in the house. That was probably them manifesting physically, so on and so forth. And then this brother, oh, I just realized, look at her skin. She ain't no pitch black woman. Like usual, she's in that Goldilocks zone. Not too black, not too white, not in the white black checkerboard. So she's being targeted. Probably just simply because of that. She has no clue why they're targeting. This guy, same fucking thing. Same kind of skin tone. You would think it's the pitch black people they're after. No, they want to send money to Africa. They don't give a fuck about us here, though. They shoot people like us down here. Like that woman that was not a civil, but sovereign citizen. They did the same thing to her. You go to a white neighborhood, you're gonna see more pitch black guys than brown people. I guarantee you. Except them. Oh, what's this? Finally. I finally got something about him in here. But that's the only one. I purposely didn't let you know it was going to show up. And, yeah, the rest of the stuff, there's nothing else about it. And then most of these are just fake outs. Like that woman was a fake out. They just showed you all these. Most of these are fake outs. And he doesn't come clean in this video. It's another fake out. That's what they're going to show you instead of the real shit. Look at this dude. Obviously, he's a fake guy. All right, no, I want to look at it, but I ain't look at it yet, so I don't want to fuck up my video looking at that shit. But actually, I only want to have his ugly ass right there. I'll go back up here and look at this brown woman, beautiful brown woman. So let me see. First bullshit. Sewers, they do it to their own fucking people, but because they're not exactly the same, they just look like them, pretending to be them. And then if any pure people come out, or any kind of slightly pure people come out, or they just don't fit into their agenda, they kill them. Just that simple.
Doing now is putting a new lock on my house. You know what I'm saying? I just got this lock.
I'm gonna show you some more gang stalking,
now
so you know this shit is real.
Look who you see outside. You know
Oh yeah, as soon as you change the lock,
just all of a sudden pulls
they
up.
pop
Neighbors
up.
doing whatever they're doing, but just all of a sudden pulls up just to show you who's the one doing.
Yep.
So when you tell me, call
and
the
your
cops,
neighbors too.
they're the ones doing it.
The neighbors pop up when he's gone.
As I'm putting my new lock, I just
He's
put
a
my
fucking
lock.
locksmith.
You know what I'm saying? I'm taking this lock off now.
They're just trying to intimidate
You know
him.
what I'm saying? But to show you who's the one breaking inside your house. The police want to try to send in some intimidation. Look, I'm doing the lock. As I'm doing the lock, look who pulls up. See what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
and this is in a rural area.
Coincidence, or what do
What
you
are the
think?
odds of them showing up like that?
Do you think it's coincidence? That's the
This
part.
shows you how few of us there are and how many of them there are. And look at this man's skin tone again. It's another not too black, not too white person, man. He's a Hebrew. He even knows he's a Hebrew, man. You can see his beard, and you're gonna learn more about that as the video goes on. That he clearly knows he's a Hebrew, and this is why he's being targeted probably as well. Because they'll target you because you fit into the social cleansing agenda of being poor or whatever. They'll target you because now I'm being hit with a truck right now driving by making some fucking. The diesel trucks are all on it too. They don't. Most people don't catch on to that, but the diesel trucks are a big part of it. They're probably the most annoying ones. I had a guy move in next door to me. Like, just like how they moved in next to this one guy. I'm going to show you one of these gang stalking videos where he's like a police chief, and they, like, all his police people under him were like conspiring against him. And they moved in some guy next to him. You know, you'll see. But that's what happened to me. They did with the trucks and shit. Well, anyways, they'll come after you because you don't fit into their agenda, or you're too strong. You're a threat to them. You're a person putting out the light, like I already said. I've already explained that to death. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go on. There we go.
First starts to let you know that it's not a coincidence.
Oh yeah, by the way, knowing you're a Hebrew Israelite, extremely powerful.
So the one breaking inside of my house, you understand? The police are the one causing my drama. Make a police report.
And extremely threatening to them.
Police are out here mad as hell that I got a new lock. But notice that this shit happened on Saturday, right? And then notice it took all the way till Thursday.
Because like the Romans know the only reason they're in power right now is because the Israelites don't know who they are. Before, when the Israelites knew who they were and they actually followed God, not fucking the devil and all that kind of bullshit, basically the Romans, they were and the lizard and all that shit. It's not just the Romans, it's all kinds of stuff. But then the Africans, all of them, actually started in Canaan. I already explained that though. But the reason they're so afraid is because they know if we ever fucking get back with God, it's over. They will not rule this world anymore. Everything they've been doing is gonna get exposed. They've been mixing us in with these lizard, the pitch black lizards, blackwashing us with them and making us think we came from there, so that we take on their culture. They're Satan fucking loving culture. It's really just that simple. And then all the stupid shit they do, we get bunched in with it. That's why they do that. And then we don't even know where to go, all this kind of shit. You see where I'm going with it. It's a misleading type of thing.
Oh, I can't afford water, so how can I buy you a lot? I can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's also to divide our men from our
going
women.
to jail. Why they can't get me a lock when I need a lock? I should have got a lock the next day. But now you see the police pulling up in your yard just to.
Because we all know we're more superior than these lizard people. That's why you'll see the brown people winning all the time, like Mike Tyson and all those people around his skin tone. Like, not the Africans, they don't win in there. I mean, like, it's the Negroes. Like, they can be a little darker too, like Usain Bolt, or a little lighter, like fucking Steph Curry. Like, just ask Esau. Even though he was more of a mutation onto the fucking hairy beast, caveman, Irish monkey side, hair on his body instead of his face type of thing. Well, anyways, let me go on.
Show you who's doing it, just to show you who's the one responsible for it. See the police pull up in the yard?
And watch how that bitch did. She pulled up and she doing a U-turn.
Pull up for no reason. I don't know why they sitting
there. You see this bitch? She doing a U-turn.
Just to show you.
And then watch what she gonna do when she do a U-turn.
And everybody. Just to show you the police pulling your yard simultaneously.
She just pulled up with them because she's a part of it. How she's about to do? Middle finger.
Look, giving me the finger. Look at that.
Snake bitch.
That's cute. Original.
The oppressors are children and the rulers are women. Remember that.
The lady gives me the finger. As the police pull up while
I'm watch at 2 minutes, 5 seconds. Watch what they're about to say. It don't get no more clear than this.
You know what I'm saying? All these people are involved. All these people.
You heard that? It made them pause.
People are involved. All these people.
Yeah, we're after
people are
you.
Involved. All these people.
Yeah.
People are involved. All these people.
And she did that to distract from how they're all leaving together. They were all involved in the goddamn thing.
All these people.
How the fuck you gonna have your whole neighborhood just rolling out like that, bro?
I don't understand.
The same goddamn time. The fuck out of here.
Because look, they want to prove to you. See, Sam? They want to prove to you that they're the one.
There's another one leaving out.
You know what I'm saying? So if you make a police report,
Crazy
you notice they all leave at the same time as well. In the trailer park, dog. You know what I'm saying? See the harassment that I get? The lady
Man,
just
this shit
pulled
been
the
going
finger
on
out
my
on me,
whole
got the
life too,
kids
brother, man.
involved. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Little
girl over
fucking
there that looked
kids
real
all
sick. Like,
involved.
chick.
No reason
You know
they're
what I'm
so
saying? Before they
bold
did this, look.
is because they know how
Now another
few of
cop
us
pulls
there
up.
are.
Look at this.
They literally started the fucking cop system. Cops are all like since the beginning of all about protecting property. They look at the people, the black people, as property. So when they made them free, police never used to patrol white neighborhoods, and they still don't. They patrol black neighborhoods. They look at them as property. And that's fucking sick.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they're fucking animals.
Another cop
Only
pulled up
animals
there.
do that kind of shit. Looking at
You
fucking
know what I'm
something
saying? Why?
like that.
Because you're
A
putting a lock
living
inside
being
your
is
house.
property. Fucking sick, man.
Whoa. Another
Doesn't matter
police.
what
What is
race
this all
they
for?
are.
Pulling up in front of
That's
my house.
sick.
Look at this.
It's a Babylonian thing, man. Not of God, man.
You know what I'm saying? The day that I decided to put a lock on my house.
They even brought up an extra fucking cop for this man. What? For what? Changing his lock.
The day that I
Cops ain't
decided to
even
put a
doing
lock on
nothing.
my
They're just
house.
sitting there. Got the cars
You
right
seeing
next to
this?
his fucking house. What
What
are
is
they
it?
fucking doing? I
The
done
day
park
that
over
I
on the
decided to
Roman
put a lock on
side,
my
huh?
house.
Get them motherfuckers license plate, man. Fucking pieces of shit, damn Romans. Clearly Romans, man. Everybody knows how they
Foolishness,
sound. That's
man.
how they
The
kids
day that I
sound.
decided to put a lock on my house.
They don't
Look what
sound like
happened.
white kids or black
You see what I'm
kids.
saying? The day you put a lock on your house.
Got their
And
own
then
little
they
weird
pull by
sounds
giving
on
me
them.
the
They
finger. You see
loud
the
as
lady
shit
pull
and
by, give me a
undisciplined.
finger. You see that? You see
Mm-hmm.
the two police pull up. Then I got, I'm watching. These people are demons, dog.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to know and see that these people are demonic, and I'm not crazy. I'm not
This
paranoid.
man look like he
This
almost
is
would be my brother.
happening with a regular frequency, dog. This happens every day in my life. Some crazy stuff with these people,
He
man.
got that light in his
Thank you,
eyes.
Lord. Namashiach Yahweh Shah for the death of all my enemies and salvation of
The
the righteous. This to all
Shabbat,
the
yeah.
elect out there.
He got his
The
own way of
beginning is
saying
near.
it. Yes, sir.
Shalom. Enemies and
I want to hear
salvation
it
of the
again.
righteous. This to all the elect out there. The beginning is near. Shalom.
I told you he was a Hebrew. Told you. And that's why he's targeted. Do you see these coincidences? Oh, okay. And if you think that's a coincidence, remember Sovereign Citizen woman killed the fuck out of? Remember that? This woman's a sovereign citizen. And they're
These
taking all her
motherfuckers
kids
out here
because she's not in
illegally,
the
they
system.
know they illegally got my children.
I'm going to read
They
this
can't
for
even
you.
prove my fucking identity. My
It's
children are
down
not in
here.
the fucking system. They gang stalk. They got trash and shit on my property. All this shit because I'm a free fucking citizen and can go wherever the hell I want.
Yep. And so they're targeting her because she's not going with the system. She's been successfully doing that, so they're going
They
to take her
shouldn't be in this
kids.
property. My children should. They mad because they can't tell me where the fuck my children can be. They set me up. They put all this shit out here on my property. They gang stalk. They flatten my tires.
You see this right here? Oh my God, you're a sovereign citizen? I love her reply, though. I love her reply. And you're a moron? Nice to meet you. I ain't gonna show the rest of this video. I just want you to understand that they're targeting people that, and you already see her situation, not very good. They're targeting her for multiple reasons. And I don't even need to see her, like, to know her skin tone. Like, she doesn't sound pitch black. She doesn't sound white. She's a Hebrew. You know, I don't like our women at all. They're gorgeous. They're fucking amazing, but they're not for me. I don't want to date any women, man, because I don't trust any women. Like, they're all fucked up, bro. And then watch who this is. Just pay attention. Whenever you get those knocks in the middle of the night, now you're gonna know who's doing it. Oh, see, what ethnicity do I think these guys are? Oh, jeez, like, who dresses like that? Ain't white look. Their body structure is not exactly white. That is Latin. I can just tell. I know Latin people. I mean, I'm highly Latin. I don't even care. I'm part Latin. I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling the truth. This is what they do. When you go to Mexico, over 50% of them are Satanists. And Romans, they sing to Lucifer all fucking day. It's really bad. Like, and then this is the part where I was talking about how the captain being harassed by these creatures. Because he's not gonna play in ball with them. He got some backbone. He actually is the right guy for the job.
Begins now.
I don't know why I just maximize it, but
allegations
might as well
of
just leave it.
harassment among Stockton city officials. At the center of this fight, the city manager and the police union.
The manager says the harassment's actually coming from his own police officers.
His own police officer.
KCRA 3's
Told
David Beanick is live for us in Stockton, where it sounds like
Cali
politics
again.
are getting personal, David.
Good evening, Edie. Yes, the city manager lives in that brick house right on the corner.
Got no melanated. I mean, that guy was kind of melanated, but that was probably out of guilt they put him in there.
Purchased by some new owners, and the manager says those new owners are not only loud and obnoxious, they're wearing badges.
Nobody came to the door today at this house in Stockton. Neighbors say it's been empty for months, but recently the house was purchased by some unusual owners.
It is intimidating.
Intimidating,
But
says
still
Stockton
pretty
Mayor
much
Ann
empty,
Johnson, because
except for
the
when
city
they're trolling
manager
him.
lives right next door, and because the house was bought by the Stockton Police Officers Association. The same day, contract talks broke down.
Oh,
Out of
geez,
all
the same
homes
day?
Under foreclosure in the city of Stockton, they picked the one
Right when
next
things
to
kind
the
of
city
broke apart?
manager, and they offered full price. Stockton, they picked the one right next to the city manager, and
Right
they
next
offered
door?
full price for it.
Since then, Johnson.
What was that?
Right next to the city manager, and they offered full price for it.
Since then, Johnson
full
says
price.
city manager Bob Dice has endured construction noise on the 4th of July.
Gee, I wonder where I got
and
all that
watched
money
as
from.
the trees lining his backyard were cut down. If this is a real estate investment by the union, county records show
Sarcasm.
it's the only one.
Oh,
It's a
really?
real estate-
Cutting
and
all those
watched as the
fucking trees
lining his
down
backyard
so the
were
noise
cut
would be
down.
louder.
If this is a real estate investment by the union, county records
Bad
show
for his
it's
health,
the
too.
only one. A
Oh, it's the
complaint
only
filed by
one
the
where they
city
did this
claims
weird little
a pattern
thing.
of
Oh.
abuse against Dice. In the most recent incident, the city manager claims
I don't need to see more of that. You understand what's going on there. And then it's Stockton again. Oh, what's happening here? I don't even want to maximize this.
You can't ride the bike on the sidewalk no more?
Oh, because that means you're probably
I never heard of that. I
wealthy.
ride my beach cruiser all the time.
And as the disparity gets bigger,
Well, I'm concerned. I'm an ant. What am I
the
supposed
rich
to
and
do?
the poor, as the disparity between the rich and the poor gets bigger, it's going to be more and more of this, where you're not exactly poor, but you like to ride a bike or save a little money riding a bike, and they target you for that because they know that's one of the easiest ways to save money and avoid the system. Because when you have a car, that's really a liability most of the time, unless you're using it for something useful, because you got to pay all insurance, and that's what they want. They want you paying in to the slave system over and over again.
Anybody would be concerned after what we've been through. I just don't want nothing to happen to you.
And these guys are activists. They're activists, man. I'm going to show you right now. That's why they were targeted. This was purposely, supposedly a stop to issue a ticket for riding a bicycle on the sidewalk, aka not wanting to get run over. Like, for example, if you ride in these bike lanes, they want you to ride along with the traffic. So you could easily just get run over. Easily. Because you can't see them coming. And you know what these creatures are. And then look at all these fucking thumbs down. Look at all these thumbs down. They don't give a fuck about their own people, bro. This ain't about Latins or anything. They don't give a fuck who you are. We need to stick together, man. Like, you look in the Latin countries, you think they give a fuck about each other? Look at El Salvador, bro. That's just fucked up, bro. But anyways, it almost turned into a police home invasion. You look at some other videos, you will start to see the same victims of this Gangstalking. Victims have no criminal records. Yep, I never had one until they got me set up into a fight where the dude said he wasn't going to press charges. I had witnesses. I never got arrested because the cops came and heard all the witnesses say they wanted to fight me. And he had to talk me into it for 20 minutes. And then he almost died, basically, because these snakes, they can't fucking fight. They can't even, once you hurt them, they get injured for a very long time. Like I was telling you, that's how I know. That's how I almost killed the man. Like, I punched him one time on his jaw and broke his jaw in half, bro. Like, broke his jaw clean down the middle. And then I I threw him down because he's still resisting it because it's a stupid fucking snake. I punched him 2 times in his ribs. He yelled out. I had broke 3 of his ribs and punctured his lungs. And 2 little punches. Have you ever seen a street fight? This guy basically died in 3 punches. Like, you ever seen a street fight? Like, most people do not, like, get that fucked up in 3 punches. Well, I'm not a normal individual, and he's a weak motherfucker. These guys have all kinds of health issues. That's all I'm gonna say about them. He's definitely a lizard. He was doing like what I'm gonna show you in a little while with this this guy right here. I'm gonna show you like the sound kind of shit. I actually had a video of them doing it on my old page before they took my page down, probably because I was getting too much stuff on it. But anyways, you will start to see the victims, no criminal court. Yeah, and then after that, I had a record, and they've been like going so far with it. Like I didn't get arrested, so there was no charges really. He created charges by saying a whole nother story. He said I beat my dad up, came down there, bragged about it. He said that's not cool. Threw him down, and beat him, stomped him till he couldn't get up, and then he gets up, and then I punch him in the belly, and then he can't get back up again. That story is so fucking stupid. And that was for the restraining order case from my own fucking house. And that's how they took out my old page. Because once they restrained me, then they hit me with copyright strikes while I wasn't around my computer. And I was on my phone. And phones don't give you fucking notices of this type of shit. And they all did it on the weekend, all at once. And there was no recourse I could do. My page was gone. I had no copyrights on. I had no monetization on my page, so they had no right to even take anything off my do anything to my page. But they took my page down. That's the whole reason I never monetized it. And it was all set up. They couldn't handle me anymore. Like, they felt like I got Trump elected. Like, they did all this like, around the election time. Right now they're actually trying a lot of shit right now around the election time. They're always going to be trying shit around the election time. You got to be careful of that. And but anyways, yeah, these guys are obviously scared to death of this kind of shit. But anyways, like that happened. I ended up on probation, and they tried to give me like throw the book at me, threw me in fucking jail for like a month. Everybody in the jail was like mostly fucking demonic. Like they were attacking me the whole time I was there because I'm full of light and all that kind of stuff. And it was just ridiculous. Like they were all brain dead. Like it was really sobering to realize how many people are brain dead and they can't get nothing. I was giving them Bible scriptures, all kinds of stuff about, teaching them all kinds of stuff. They couldn't get it. Like they just don't get shit. Or I didn't realize I was dealing with animals back then. But it's really bad. They really do try and set you up. They try and defame you. I was getting all kinds of lies told about me everywhere. I was 33 years old without no charges, and that was my first fucking charge, crucifixion, all that kind of stuff. And the Bible said that your family would do this to you because you're not a sellout like them and all that kind of stuff. It's a long story, but basically, yeah, this is like just bringing back memories. Like, yeah, you don't have no record, and they come after you basically, and they try and get you a record, so then they can make up lies about you. And like they tried that, but everybody on the street knows me. They know what kind of person I am. I have a lot of friends. So it's really hard for them to do much about me. So they've been just trying to take the poverty route. I literally live in a tent in my dad's backyard because he's a fucking one of them too. I think I'm adopted. I really do because I'm brown and they're light skinned. But I do look like my dad when he was younger. He had a brown tone to him. But I think they cloned him. I really do. Because he's just like he is a clone, bro. Like I can't tell you too much about it, but I don't want to get too much in it. He has that bassy voice, like can't hear. Like I already told you about him. Now you know who I was talking about earlier. That couldn't hear, all kind of stuff. He was in the military, so they chipped him, all kinds of stuff. He loves his vaccines. He loves leaving his TV on. Like he is a fucking zombie. I'm telling you, he's gone. Like he's just gone. What else can I say? So that's how I know so much about it. Like he's lactose intolerant. He's a lizard person. He's some kind of clone or something. I don't give a fuck if you think I'm probably one too. I'm not. I really think there's something else going on here. I've heard people say that their parents were clones, and I think that's exactly what happened to my dad. But anyways, I forget. I'll put it this way: my grandma was CIA, my aunt CIA. She basically took over the whole house once they kicked me out. She basically came in and they killed my uncle. He was it's a long story. It's ridiculous. She basically, it's so bad, like, because they're animals, and I didn't understand this, that she basically like took all the wealth of my family. Like my grandmother, like my grandpa died, and my grandmother got all the houses basically, except for a few of them that my aunt had already bought using my grandmother's money. Um, Let me see, like that's why I was telling you about the tens of millions and all that stuff. Like they have like 10 houses, dude. Like, and like this whole time I was being attacked in the basement. They were stomping in my room, all this kind of shit. I was trying to get out of the house and just go to the other one of the other houses. We have all these fucking houses, and they wasn't trying to let me go because they wanted this to continue. And now they're all just reaping their karma, because once I left, what they do is they turn on each other. And my brother became, and my grandmother became their target, and my aunt became their weapon. And I seen in dreams she was like this predator creature that people had saw in rapture dreams that was coming right before the rapture would happen. And really, for me, that was a rapture, getting out of that house in a way, because that house is a death trap, and they don't want you moving. They will set up everything around you. My neighbor, like they moved him out and moved this other guy in. They're wealthy people, of course. When he moved in, I warned him about my brother, and he was like, well, I'm a little bit weird too. That's what he said. He was like, I'm a little bit weird. Well, no, he didn't say a little bit. He said, I'm weird too. And, like once he moved in, he had these diesel trucks. He would idle them all day, rev them. He was clearly targeting me, like the timing and all that kind of shit. It was ridiculous. Like it was like a nonstop fucking rev, like all day. Like I knew it was fucked up. I didn't realize how like they were really all after me like that though. It was so coordinated, like, but like this is why I know this kind of stuff goes on. I've been through it to the highest degree there will ever fucking be. I've had people ride by and say, "Why don't you die already?" Just like that lady gave him the middle finger. Like this is real. Like this is really fucking real. You don't hear no hesitation in my voice because I know this shit like the bottom of like the back of my fucking hand, the front of my hand. I know it like anything, bro. This shit is really fucked up. They don't give a fuck who you are. They don't give a shit fuck your family. They're coming after you, and then, like I said, the karma hit them instantly. Because people did not fuck with him because of that. People fuck with me because I'm a good person, and like, so people is not fucking with him. Nobody believed that shit. His lies about me. Everybody knew the truth because my witnesses that were there. They didn't give a fuck about the witnesses at court, by the way. They didn't give a fuck about any of that. It was obvious that the court was after me. They restrained me from my own house. I ended up homeless for quite a while. Every house I went to, I had the same thing go on, like people turning on me, because, the whole gang stalking thing. As time went on, people, all neighbors would spot me being at my friend's house, and like they would snitch on me to their parents and stuff. And then because like they were having the house while the parents were away, or somebody that was in charge of the house was away. And then that kept happening, and then they would always attack me when I was dreaming, like all that kind of stuff. You're going to hear a lot about that kind of stuff. And then what else did they do? I had to keep moving because of that. And like if I slept over by this church, I didn't know that the churches weren't on it back then. Like they actually would come and visit me while I was trying to, like as soon as I was about to sleep, I saw them. They were running at me, and I opened my eyes, and then they ran back. Because, like, I'm very aware of this. I've been dealing with this for years. I know that they like to attack me when I'm asleep. The main reason they like to attack you if you're asleep is not just for your health, to destroy your health. They do it because somebody like me, I manifest reality when I'm sleeping, more so than when I'm awake. And it's much more natural and powerful. Just like Martin Luther King had a dream. He was a high energy brown man in the Goldilocks zone. They were afraid of him. That's why he was so powerful, such a great leader. And that's why they always target these type of people. But I was going through that hardcore, and then what happened? Basically, like I said, I got out of there, and as soon as I left, like I said, people was not fucking with that nigga. Like everybody was like, "How are you gonna fucking ask for the fight and then call the feds, make up these lies and shit?" And then it's so bad that they even he filled out another case where it was like an assault one, and he made up a whole nother story. It was a whole nother story. It wasn't even close. And then they still let him get away with it. And like this is totally just set up, man. And then on top of that, my whole family turned on me. Like they all had his back, even though he asked for a fight and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I couldn't understand it because he was so badly damaged. I couldn't understand. But now I didn't know they were all lizards, and they had like biases against me. I've always been that black sheep, in that house. And the only person who really kind of loved me was my grandmother, and she was like the brown person in the house, like kind of a dark brown. Like she was where I get my melanin from on that side of the family. And then she was the only one who really like, it's just sad. I feel sorry for her because she was just like, she's been in this world like manipulated too long. She's just weak, and she's like kind of in on it too. Like, and it's just like, but she loved. Like I tell my grandma, all of them kind of loved me the most. She was the only one who ever gave me Christmas gifts and all that kind of shit. Even though we were filthy, I mean, like we were well off, bro. Like we're not rich, but we were fucking well off. We didn't have need for nothing, bro. And they just kept kind of like tying me out of that. And my aunt now, at first my brother, he was the one trying to manipulate my grandmother because I'd be in the basement and they'd be stomping on my room. He would be manipulating my grandmother. And then basically now my aunt's basically stepped in. Now my uncle is gone. They doubled his doses of poison. You got to be careful that that he had his poison, the medication they gave him, I call it poison, was already making him shit himself, fall on the ground. He couldn't move himself. It was making that happen to him. And then they doubled it, so he ended up dying while I was gone. This is what they'll do. Like I was like a light in that house. They knew that wasn't gonna happen while I was there. I wouldn't have let that happen. And so they did that while I was gone. Once he was gone and I was out of the house, that bitch, my aunt, moved in. We thought she was married to Prince. She's crazy as fuck. And she basically just took over. Like she brought a little doggy with her, which is a little evil being or whatever. And like the dog bites my grandma. She yells at my grandma all fucking day. She took her out of her own goddamn room. She got her living in the living room. She filled up everything in the house with junk that had roaches and shit in it. This woman's just filthy and nasty. Even though she got all this goddamn money or whatever. Most of it's my grandmother's, but she's been prying in my grandmother's money. And now she this is how karma works. My brother, he automatically, once she moved in, this is his judgment. He, like, as soon as I left, people were already fucking with him. Like, they were cutting up his fucking roof and shit because of what he did to me. He has this 350Z. Even though he did insurance fraud, they still paid for us to get another car, a 350Z. I had a nice little Civic. I took care of it with my own money, took care of it and everything. I was going to school, doing everything I was supposed to back then. Before I learned about the truth, and then they just rode me off the fucking road one day while I was riding down the road, and this car just fucking came out of nowhere and parked sideways in the middle of the goddamn intersection. It's a blinking red for them, blinking yellow for us. So I'm cautious, but they're supposed to not even come out without moving and getting the fuck out of the way. So the person stops. I'm thinking it's suspicious. I don't know about all the shit going on yet. This is like a year after I talked to Morpheus. So like I kind of, like my fear of them coming after me had died down at that point. But they were waiting to catch me off guard. So like they basically they don't want you having transportation either. That's the other reason I'm pretty sure they did this, because my car was not totaled. They said it was, but I'm gonna get to that. I believe that was to take my car, and then we got the money from it. But my dad, he took the money and put it into a car he knew wasn't gonna work. It was my uncle's car. I told him it wasn't gonna work. My uncle always used to be honest with me before I became aware. So he told me about the car. And it was really bad. It wasn't going to work. It's like a really old car, like 20 years old, and it doesn't work at all. It always breaks down automatically. And so I rode that shit for like a week and it broke down, and that's what they wanted. And after that, I was just out of a car and all that money I had put in. And then I saw someone drive my actual car, and they bought it from the fucking place because that was the whole setup. And the whole time I was driving the car, that they were blocking me from having the full power out of it, so I wouldn't have any real pleasure out of it. And to make me feel inferior. I was putting because the whole time I had a check engine light and they were not telling me that it was robbing me of power, and they act like it wasn't a problem. My dad, before I guess he realized I was, my dad, he was pretty cool. He told me, he fixed that for me. And after that, I realized that, I'm pretty sure he told me or somebody, so I don't remember where I learned, but I learned that I realized I was losing 25% of the power out of the car. And wasn't surprised it was a Roman that took my car from the fucking junkyard and basically had a fucking $20,000 car for fucking basically a few thousand maybe to fix it or whatever basically, or 5,000 or some shit like that. And this literally happened right when we fixed the goddamn check engine light. And I was going to show my friend in the car how fast it was now the check engine light was fixed. And so like this is really fucked up how they were doing this. And back then I didn't know how orchestrated this all was and how they wanted to fuck with my life so bad. Like they've been doing this my whole life, bro. Like it's so crazy. Like I could just go on and on and on. Like that's not a part of the video though. Like they've been trying to just mess me up. Like when I was younger, I had like perfect looks, and I still look better than most people. My fucked up scars and my broken nose has been broke like 3 times. Like I was playing football and this guy purposely like headbutted me instead of moving out of the goddamn way or trying not to hit me with his goddamn head. Like it was a pitch black guy. What a surprise. Like the only guy in the whole fucking area because we were in this nice area, this like kind of this whiter area. And I liked it. It was like actually really nice there. Because whenever I'm around my people, my so-called people, these motherfuckers are all trying to start shit me. Usually the pitch black ones, just trying to mess me up. Like I feel like it's just jealousy, you know what I mean? Because they're ugly a lot of the time. But anyways, so the guy headbutted me and ruined my looks. Like my nose got like pushed in, just ruined my looks. Like people treat me totally different ever since after that. Like just like women used to come up to me, like grown women liked me when I was a little fucking kid. Like that's how good looking I was. Like, but like they did that purposely because I guess they knew where I was going and they didn't want me to be a strong influence on people because at that point I'd already kind of turned over to God because I had learned some things like treat people like the way you'd like to be treated. It's a whole nother story though. I don't want to get in that. Anyway, so they crashed my car. The way they did it, like I said, he stopped in the middle of the goddamn intersection. And I'm like, okay, I slowed down to maybe 40. I don't think he's going to try and get hit. I don't know this kind of shit goes on at that point. And then I'm just like going around him. And this motherfucker pulls back. He waits on real close, like 20 feet. And he pulls back and stops. Now he's blocking the 2 lanes. So I go over. There's 4 of them, or 3 of them, I think. I don't remember. I really don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's 4. So then he moves over again after I move over. And like he's trying to get hit. He moves over even further back into the lane where I moved to get away from. And he stops again. Like he's trying to get fucking hit. And then I move over again. He does the same thing. Now he's blocking all the lanes to the right. And I'm like, what the fuck? At this point, I'm right up on him. And I'm like, I'm going to hit him. So I try and dodge where he is and hit the back of his car. Luckily, I do. Car gets pretty fucked up. And people literally drive by and are like, and guess who it was? Romans. Again, you already know. Because they were in on the whole goddamn thing. And that was, oh my God. It's just so, looking back at it, I see it now. Oh my God, wow. It's so fucking annoying. But anyways, they took my car. They drove it off the goddamn wreck and said it was fucking totaled. How are you going to drive it off the goddamn wreck if it's totaled, you fucking idiot? It was really just a fucking radiator and some body work. That was it. I know how cars work, bro. I did all the goddamn work on my car except for a few fucking things. That's it. But anyways, so yeah, man, it's just, I don't even know how I got off on that. But anyways, they come after you hard. And like I said, oh yeah, I remember. They wouldn't help me get my car, but they'll help my brother get his or whatever. And a 350Z on top of that. After he had done insurance fraud with his first car, and then my dad got in an argument with me about it because I was like, Dad, he had insurance fraud. What? And they still don't, I don't have a car to this day because they don't want me having another car. Their excuses, oh, you smoke weed every once in a while, and so I know you're not going to smoke weed anymore. I'm not getting you another car or helping you with a car or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, I mean, I'm going to get my own car eventually, you know, but they sure as hell didn't stop them from helping my brother when he had done insurance fraud. I brought that up, and he's like, it's not insurance fraud. Not insurance fraud. He kept saying that. They keep saying it like it's going to change something. It's not going to change anything. He was like, oh, if I had collected the money from it, it would have been insurance fraud. So what the fuck do you think that is, you dumb fucker? Your son tried to do insurance fraud, and you saw that it was insurance fraud, so you didn't take it, you fucking idiot. That's insurance fraud attempted. And then you still bought him another goddamn car, 350C. Well, I ain't got no goddamn car. Because y'all targeting me. I didn't think about it. I didn't really know that how bad it was. I thought they just favored my older brother. I know how bad it is now. It's fucking horrible. They're out to get me. You wouldn't even believe me. Like, they all testified against me. They were ready to testify against me in court when that bullshit happened to my brother, even though they had nothing to do with it. And then obviously my dad wasn't beat up when we went there, and they still didn't get it. It was just like, we're gonna get this guy. And it's just fucking crazy. And then what else? But anyways, that motherfucker got his karma, bro. He got his fucking karma. Like, they tore up, like, he got in some kind of wreck where the side of his car got all bumped, banged in. It wasn't nobody hit. That shit was a crash. That shit was the whole side banged in. And I was like, damn. Because I'd walk by once in a while by the old house and I'd see it. And it was just like, wow. And then they started to cut up his roof because he has like one of those convertible roofs. You don't want those kind unless it's a hard top because people can cut it and you'll be out of a lot of money. All kinds of shit started to happen. Like, his girlfriend broke up with him, which was really just she was a Roman. She was just using him. She worked at like a lawyer business type thing. She was just a fucking perp. Just using him against me. The nigga's pussy, but you know, she. But anyways, and then what else? Because like I said, I'm part Latin and Cuban and all that kind of stuff. So my brother, he's more on that. Oh, I'm Latin. You know, he's a little lighter than me. He's like light skinned like my dad and my mother or whatever. So he's on that bullshit. He's all like, oh, I'm Latin. I'm not a Hebrew. I'm a Latin. You know, he knows how to speak Latin and all that. I never learned how to do it. He taught himself. He was highly intelligent as far as school shit and stuff like that. But when it comes to real concepts, he can't get shit. Couldn't even understand the world's fucking flat, man, because he's too brainwashed, man. School just never worked for me. And obviously, we already know why now. But anyway, so what happened? That happened, and then that aunt moved in, and she basically did everything to him that he was doing to me. Her dog, and her were making so much goddamn noise. They wasn't banging on his wall like I was getting, but they were making so much noise. It's just like almost the same, and they couldn't sleep. He finally understood what it was like to not get some goddamn sleep. Finally, you know what I mean? And then what else happened? Like, she kicked him out of the house. She got him kicked out of the house. She blackmailed him because she kept harassing him. And then he ended up punching her because he's a bitch. I never hit a woman in my life. He hit her because he's a bitch as well. He is a bitch. You know, he's a snake, so he's a bitch. It was two bitches fighting. It wasn't nothing weird. And of course, she took the punch instead of getting a broken jaw, like if I was the puncher. And she's probably more man than him, to be honest. And then basically, what happened? Oh yeah. She used that as blackmail, I'm pretty sure, later, because as they were trying to kick my brother out, my dad just so happened to go to court with my brother. And he heard her saying that she had all the rights to the house and all the houses and the property and shit. And my dad was like, "That's not true. I'm the oldest son. I'm the oldest child." Like, he didn't say that, but probably thinking that in his head. And I know I would have been thinking that, but you know, he's a dumbass, so he probably not even thinking that. He's just saying it's not true because it's not true. It's really, he should probably have more inheritance than anybody, but really they're all just kind of collaborating. There's another brother as well who's a NASTard who thinks everything, you know, he found a face on Mars and all this other shit. I don't want to say too much. I mean, he ain't find a face on Mars, but he found something related to it, and I don't want to say too much because it'll give away my family and all that kind of stuff. And if you see my videos, you already know what my last name is, so you know what that is. Just put a curve behind it, and you'll know who he is. And they already know who I am anyway. I mean, I get it everywhere I go, like to the highest degree you could ever even fucking imagine, to the point where I'm just like, I know exactly what's going on there. Oh God, this is so long. This is probably not even gonna work now. But anyway, so that happened. What did he do? But anyway, it's like they basically, oh yeah, the judge said, oh yeah, you got to bring your grandmother, well, your mother, her mother, my grandmother, to court next time to prove that, you know, she has all these rights to the house and all this shit to kick my brother out. And basically she blackmailed my grandmother after my grandmother supposedly, I don't believe my brother because he's a liar for shit all the goddamn time. He's always been a liar as long as I know him. He said that she supposedly gave him power of attorney, which is probably a lie. Because when they got to the court, she had already blackmailed my grandma, according to what they say, into giving her power of attorney because she said she was gonna call the cops on my brother, probably because he punched her earlier, maybe a couple months ago, where before this happened or whatever. This just recently happened that he got kicked out. And basically she what did she do? She got the power of attorney and just kicked him the fuck out. And I found that out, and I was just like, whoa, karma, boy. Karma. And at that point I had kind of forgiven him. I didn't know what I was dealing with, so I kind of forgave him, and I was like wanting him to stay in the house and stuff. But karma is unescapable. These motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to escape karma from God. Like, even if you fucking intercede for him, I swear, dude, God's gonna get them bitches, bro. And that was the most, like, that was amazing how it played out. Exactly what he did to me had happened, like, basically happened to him. And that's probably just the protocols of Gangstalking, what they did. So it just ended up happening to him, so he's probably being targeted now because he failed and he's a liability now. He didn't, he caused me to get out of that situation where they thought they had me beat. And they kind of did have me more. I mean, compared to where I'm at now, I'm in a fucking tent in my dad's backyard. The only reason I'm in a tent in my backyard in my dad's house is because he's a psychopath. I can't be in the house with him. His energy is evil. So I'd rather be in this goddamn tent in my own backyard. And that's why they flash me and all that kind of shit with the lights. Like my rooming neighbors, they flash me and shit when I'm out here. And they just fuck with me, man. Like, they got their goddamn fog lights pointed at my fucking yard, bro. I'm on, like, the top of the hill. They got pointed up. They ain't touching their yard at all. And then my dad even made an excuse for me. He was like, oh, that's for our protection. I was like, nigga, you are such a goddamn coon, you fucking idiot, man. I ain't never going to be able to get along with my dad, man. I just need to move away from here and I'll be good. But they make it so fucking hard. Like, right before I ended up in this situation, I was working, like, all the time. I was working since I was fucking 17. Work studies, and worked at all these different places. I worked at Costco. I worked at a fucking Trader Joe's. I worked at fucking a security place. I fucking stopped the fire when this one president was doing a presentation in D.C. A president-elect. I mean, not elect, but someone running for president. I did all kinds of stuff. Like, this man never had one job in his whole fucking life except for the one that my mom got. And then he lost to drinking it on the fucking job. But anyways, what was I gonna say? But anyways, I couldn't find work once I came to God. I came to God, but I came to truth. After I met Morpheus and he woke me up about the lies, and I started to dig. I couldn't find the work for 3 fucking years, bro. I looked for 3 fucking years straight. I was in college. I couldn't find nothing. Nothing, bro. Before that, I had endless work. Endless work. Like anybody else in this world. You apply places most people don't want to work at. You can't even get work once you're a targeted individual. Those places that they all complain about you, be like, hey, at least I can work somewhere. It's like being on probation, but worse. It's like being a goddamn felon when you're on this goddamn list, bro. And they ruined my credit. They sent some shit in the mail targeting me right as soon as I got out of college for this fake check. And I'm pretty sure they knew my destiny or something. They got these time machines, the spirits, and the spirit runners, no time, and all that kind of stuff. I've been having this my whole life. They've been fucking, like, setting me up, bro. It was one of those fake checks. They sent it to me. I cashed it. And I wasn't going to send it back to the fake guy that sent it to me. I was just going to use the damn money. And they cashed it. Obviously, it was good. And then, because they wanted to fuck my credit up and make it impossible for me to find work, they used, they just fucking bankrupted me. They said that the damn check bounced. And they fucking made me, they bankrupted my check, my account, even though I paid them everything back that I spent. I paid it all fucking back. They still bankrupted me. And then they fucked up my credit. I couldn't find work. Couldn't even open a bank account. It was all planned out. Like, my whole goddamn life, they've been trying this shit from the beginning of my damn life to now, bro. I can see it clear as fucking day. And yeah, that gives you a little insight into my life as far as gang stalking. Like, oh my god, I could tell you so much stuff. Like they literally like. Nah, I don't even want to get into it. The cops were a big problem as well. They literally robbed my mom of like half, like probably $100,000 or maybe $50,000 that she had saved up. They just fucking came in with the SWAT team one day while we had a sleepover because some fucking hating ass people in the white neighborhood was jealous of my mom making all this goddamn money. So they sent them in there. They ain't do nothing. They ain't arrested nobody. They just took my mom's money. That really set us back and caused problems and shit, man. And on top of that, they used this goddamn fool to get her on crack. Yeah. People that have done some of the most damage in my life are pitch black people, bro. Got my mom on that goddamn crack, bro. Ruined it, man. And then we ended up homeless, and I ended up back with my dad instead of in a loving situation in a great neighborhood. And they got me back where they wanted me, back with this satanic family that was just trying to use me as some kind of ritual or something. And man, it's just crazy. But what else can I say? Yeah, so my brother got his car. He's pretty much caught up now for the most part. There's a lot more to it, but you know, you get the gist of it. But yeah, so this pisses me off when I see this. You know, this shit right here. Oh yeah, let me get to the part where they have no fucking records. They trying to ruin them. And then this probably all started when I was in that good neighborhood because my dumbass brother got me in the system. And once you're in the system, I think that's when they start fucking with you. Now that I think about it. Because he fucking smoked and shit, like, and then he went out driving in my mom's car when we were living in a good neighborhood. He was really the reason like everything went downhill for her. He fucking like he's such a fucking bullshitter, man. He's like just king, bro. Like he basically, what did he do? He fucking did all the dumb shit like in the car, and then the cops called him. They were like, "We're coming back to your house the next day to talk to your mom and shit, or whatever." Mom wasn't there because she was probably on drugs at this point. And she was hardly ever home, man. Like she was just cold, like because she's snake, man. She's part snake. I already told you well, I didn't tell you in this video, did I? That she's part. She even told me she's the shapeshifter. She told me she was one of them. She was like, "Is there any way to save her?" Like she's like, I'm telling you, this no bullshit, bro. And she got green eyes. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But what else? What else happened? Oh yeah, basically they came and this dumb nigga, instead of fucking being like smart, this nigga like and having mom there, he couldn't have mom there though because she was doing whatever. This nigga instead throws a party because we were popular as hell. My brother was probably just as popular as I was, but he would throw parties more than me. I would just hang out with my friends and we would go do things and stuff. And they came over, they were smoking, drinking, you know, and then the cops come. This dumb nigga, he's so fucking stupid because he's a goddamn lizard. Like, I swear these guys cheat on the fucking test, bro. They gotta be cheating on the test because they got no IQ otherwise, bro. This dude literally just fucking, like, did that dumb shit, and then they came in, and they fucking, like, just barged in, smelled the shit. I end up getting a record because I'm in the basement. I'm trying to sleep. And then this nigga, I end up getting a record. I ain't got no fucking high to me. My eyes, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't even smoking that shit or anything. And man, that dude was such a bad influence in my life. It's not even funny, bro. But anyway, it's like, what happened? So they basically arrested us. They sent the white kids and everybody else at the place home, but we got arrested. Why me and my brother? Yeah, take him. But why me too? And all of a sudden, my mom, you know, she comes from hanging out with her boyfriend or whatever, and they come pick us up from the jail or whatever. And now after that, I'm in the system. So that's probably why things started to kind of get problematic after that. And that was when I was only like 12, 13 years old in the system because of that motherfucker. and you know, that's what they want. They want to get you in the system so they can start fucking with you and start labeling you, all that shit. So basically, all right, that's the point of that. This is pure retaliation and intimidation. I'm reading this now. You see this right here? This stuff here on the screen. This is pure retaliation and intimidation for certain individuals involved in anti-police brutality demonstration in Stockton. Oh, one's California again. Stockton, California. I'm going to show you who the person is. I'm going to show you exactly who it is they're after. It ain't these guys. They're guilty through association. They probably were there too. Oh, I see what happened here. Hold on real quick. My internet went out. I'll just fix it real quick. Hopefully they didn't take it all the way out. Nah, they didn't take it all the way out. Alright, here we go. I just hold them there because some bike shit, like, it's stupid. I'm gonna show you the really
Gotcha. Let him know that you guys already.
This is why they almost went into the house. Not because of these guys, because you know they're more inside than this, who you're about to see.
Let him know you guys already got one, so he doesn't write you another one. I think he's. Give it to him. Go get it. Go get him because he's writing another one. Go get the paper and show him.
It's taking too damn long.
Kobe, let me see your hands, bro. Stay right there.
Alright, so this is who they're really at. This is what it's really about. They use the other guy's bait.
What my son for? What y'all messing with my son for? He just walked outside. What y'all doing?
Because remember, pretty close related. The Latins and the Hebrews are pretty close related. So guess who's hanging out with him? Some kind of Hebrew looking guy. He's on the darker side. That's probably why he gets along. He seems like a peaceful guy though. But you already know why they target him. He's a Hebrew. He looks like a Hebrew. He don't look like one of those pitch black guys. He's on the darker side.
I don't understand what's going on.
They know him, so they know.
They got a warrant for him.
They had to get somebody.
That ain't a serious warrant problem. That's what they say at least. And then they start trying to invade the house next. I'll show you. Get this. Get. See? Start trying to invade. They already got the man. They're still trying to invade. Black dude's probably on. That black dude. Look at this shit, bro. They're trying to climb over the goddamn fence, bro. They ain't got no search warrant. I don't even want to watch this stuff, man. That's gang stalking, bro. They almost got in there, but they stopped for whatever fucking reason. I don't remember why. Let me see. What's this right here? I already showed you that one. Now I'm going to show you how they play the noise game. And this is really not bad, like what you're going to hear. Like, check out his other videos if you want to hear real bad. This ain't even shit, like this ain't even nothing, bro.
I have proven that they killed the actor Heath Ledger.
As soon as he says that, it's against their program, so then they start attacking. You see that? They don't want him talking.
I can't do it. See, I can't do it
literally,
without being interrupted.
Yeah, you see? Like you said, you can't do shit without getting interrupted. Doesn't matter what skin you are.
Did you hear that?
If you're a good person, they're after you. They obviously been stressing him out. He ain't got no hair. Not like I told you. Look, ain't even just white people. It's black people too. Walking like zombies, man. If you look at his page, he gets a lot of black people coming after him. Probably because of where he's located at.
Been detained here, and they got this guy making slamming noises. I'm trying to.
Like I told you, it started with Kane.
Can't have the camera on all the time. Ooh,
I hate that fucking noise, bro. It brings back fucking memories, bro. Exactly how that shit sounds, man. And that's how they do it. They'll just do it to get your attention and get you fucking like up and at it and distracted and not doing shit. And then they'll wait a little while. You know how conditioning is. So you don't get used to it. And then they do it again.
Said it would be 15, 20 minutes.
And then they wait a while, do it again. Wait a while, do it again. And they try to act like it's not intentional. This nigga ain't even under them. Like, I was under these people. So they had a better excuse. They were like, oh, yeah, we're walking around. I told them, why don't you get a carpet? Let's get a carpet and make this shit less noisy. No, they want to keep this hardwood floor so they can be as noisy as possible.
He slams his door all day.
They were all in on it, bro. Even my grandma did some stuff.
Is he threatening to beat me up?
Sick as she is, she's still kind of little. That's how bad it is, bro. And the cop, of course, he ain't gonna get nothing done. And now these dudes are just gonna act up even more. That's what they do. In the video I made of my gang stalkers, my brother and his girlfriend, I came up and asked them real peacefully. I can't listen to this no more, bro. This is, oh my God, I can't do it. Bring me back memories, bro. I went up there and I asked them real politely, can you be quiet? And they was just like, no. Well, actually they were like, yeah, but they in actuality were like, no. And they basically just went back to stomping. Really fucking loud. And on top of it, they didn't stomp. They picked up shit and just threw it and bounced it off the ground. Like, just threw it, like, on the ground. Like, that's how fucking... I thought something else was going on there. I didn't realize these were animals, and that's why they're doing that kind of shit. Like, I totally fucking understand now. Like, it's crazy. Until you get this, you're not going to understand what you're dealing with, bro. They're not going to relent. They're only... Like, they feel confident because they feel like, you know, they're outnumbering you and stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
Unfortunately, wish I did. Very peaceful night for me.
But like I said, they intensified it because I even asked them, and I did real politely.
They wanted my driver's license, asked me if I'm on marijuana because my eyes are bloodshot.
And you already know why they're targeting them. And then there's that loud motorcycle just waiting to do his thing.
Asked me if I was drinking, of course, told him no, I'm not.
It's really just to put him on edge about it possibly doing it.
You know, harassed and everything. So I had to head up about 20 miles to a rest area. And when I get here, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see, but they already have their little puppets.
Because they were following the whole goddamn way. Probably giving a heads up to the guys ahead.
He's from Illinois.
That's how few of us there are. We are outnumbered drastically. These people don't even work day jobs.
A ton of Illinois plates. I know there's a lot that
How
goes
are all
on there,
these people with
especially
this
with,
few jobs in the country, with this few employment opportunities in the country, how are they all surviving?
mind control and stuff like that.
They stalking us, bro.
So that's what I believe is the reason for that.
How everybody but us got something.
Puppets work out of there in Texas and places like that.
Or even able to get something.
I wouldn't be surprised if I try to get my Jeep tonight. You know, I'm gonna pray real hard. Ask God for protection.
Yes, brother. You got it, brother. You got that protection, brother. But you gotta be on guard, bro. Gotta be on guard, bro. I'll go to the next one. You can see how they do this shit.
Out my channel. And this one, I'm just here in Hollywood.
Another thing they
go
do.
pick up
it's fucking ambulance shit. They're in on it too.
But as soon as I'm gonna pass this fire department vehicle, he decides to do a U-turn.
Yep.
So,
it's just to get his attention, and then he shuts off the
videos
lights.
where I show law enforcement.
And then look at the license plate.
Me. But check out his the number on his license plate. I've been getting this number a lot in license plates. Okay.
Don't get more obvious.
Right. The blue vehicle that's pulling out was previously parked behind me. Then he went across the street and was circling this whole block. So also notice that gray Chevy. He had his fog lights on. But the blue that blue vehicle, check out his lights. They're kind of flickering.
Yeah, they're flickering because they're cop cars. They're cop car lights.
Patrol officer.
This is what you call police fucking state, boy.
That was very suspicious.
Go look at the gang stalking videos in Britain, and you think, and
check out his lights again.
Compare that to this. They ain't getting no real gang stalking in Britain compared to us.
But yeah,
not from the police, at least not openly.
They'll post up. They'll wait on me. For example, here I'm about to get home.
I'm sure they use the people more than the police there. But anyways, this just keep going on. It's just endless of that shit. Like, they just follow them everywhere. I already know how it works. I've been there, done that. And then this one.
Okay. So I'm just, I haven't been in this area in a little while. And I just want to record. Specifically because I've been threatened about at least 20 times, you know, with electronic harassment by the police or whoever, someone working for the police, that if I go down this road, I might be arrested if I don't go on the bike lane. So I'm just going to record and see if any police show up. By the way, I just wanted to emphasize, yesterday, an undercover police officer, and I'm not sure if he was undercover or what. He was in an unmarked vehicle with a Hispanic woman. It looked like some.
Oh, Roman in the car with him. What a surprise! It was probably his fucking ruler. What I tell you, you're oppressors of children, and the rulers of what? Women.
Somebody's kid sitting in the car. I'm in the store, and I come out. As soon as I get out of the store, the officer is running at me. Not even running, but kind of like trying to interact with me in different ways. Oh, there's a cop right there. Look. There's one.
And that's how long into the video? Just 1 minute and 20 minutes.
But I knew there'd be a cop
into
on
the
this
damn
road.
video.
For some reason.
And then this red car, the red truck.
Anyway, so
going real slow.
I get out of the store, and this guy gets out of his car. Looks like a regular white guy.
Oh, look who it is.
There it is.
Jeez. I wonder why.
No? Oh yes, my name is James. I don't understand.
How does he know his James? How does he know his name?
No.
How does Roman know his fucking name?
I'd rather just go.
Don't fight.
I'd rather just go.
23 show me the bike, maybe if I'm not paid. Hey, let's talk. You're not in trouble right now? I'm just going to talk to you, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Bye. It's going to be a lot worse. You easily just go off on your own right now.
I'm sorry?
You can easily just go off if you talk to me. But hey, if you make
This
it
is
worse,
weird, bro.
Try to fight, do that.
I don't understand what I've done.
You keep saying
Right now
he
you're
keeps saying
right
he's
now
trying
I'm
to start a
detaining you 'cause
fight.
You're on the phone. You can't be on the phone while you're biking, and you're biking against traffic. So those are a couple vehicle code violations.
He's trying to get him to do
I want to
something.
talk to you. Just see what's going on, okay? You mind getting off the bike and just sitting on the curb for me? I work for the police department, dude. I'm a cop. I'm pretty sure I'm a cop.
He keeps saying that he's gonna try and fight her.
If I put my bike right
I'll take it off the street. Is that cool?
I can do
And
that.
he's trying to grab his bike.
There you go. Ready?
He's trying to
You gonna sit
agitate
on the
this
curb?
guy.
I can.
And then if you watch the rest of this video, it basically brings up that same cop that dude was just talking about that was harassing him the other day. And this is all about that. And look how long this goddamn video is, bro. I ain't sitting through that. You can go look at it yourself, bro. This one I'm gonna have to turn down a little bit so you can hear me.
Putting a new lock on my house.
It's pretty loud.
You know what I'm saying? I just got this lock.
Actually, this is the wrong one. I thought this was the other one.
Now
This
I
one's
was
good.
open my door. Look who you see outside. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I already
some
did
pulls
this
up
one now
there.
that I think about that. Pretty sure I already did this part. Where would I have started otherwise? I'm pretty sure I started this one. But yeah, I'm gonna skip on to the next one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did that one now.
Double gray.
And her, same thing. She's walking. Just like the guy with the bike. They think he's poor, so they're targeting him. She's walking.
Wants to make.
So they think she's poor. That cop just
Yeah,
passed
there's
by
the
and
police
then he
again.
came back. You see?
Hassling me. They're circling around me.
Just before I
Being
changed that scene,
douchebags.
he was looking at that same cop. He came back. You can come look at this video yourself.
Yeah, you don't own me, buddy.
And then he pulls her over.
People want to. This is
Comes
police
right over here to
stalking.
harass her. And turns
He
her
really
head.
wants to make it known that he's watching.
Yep.
He can star on my show. They want to watch me, they can star on my show.
Yep.
You know?
He got exposed. And then he comes to harass her about the fucking previous neighbors that were perps in her life and all that kind of shit. It's fucked up. You're gonna see why. Let me just skip ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
See, he calls her right back over here. And it's just some bullshit about her.
My roommate right now is Mark Beers.
Another room, and what a fun surprise. Jeez. And then this guy, I gotta turn this down a little bit because this video is very loud. So you can hear me. That's partly why I redid this, to be honest.
So this is what I'm trying to say. The FBI,
Not too black, not too white.
cops working together to try to frame me.
Goldilocks
Flying
zone.
planes over my house for a whole year and a half.
Trying to frame him. Trying to set him up. You see this? It's an orb in this plane. It's not a real plane. You see it in the wing? Moving around the wing? That's an orb. That's a fucking one of those fake stars. It's a fucking or a star. Those fucking hologram niggas, man. You shapeshift, man. Yeah, that is actually just a fucking one of those man-made UFOs.
Harassing me.
Based on the same technology. And then that's the the new type of airplane that they use for gangstalking, where the police have like that they created, where it's supposed to be used for surveillance of large ass areas, but it's riding right over his house. It's clearly just used it. They're trying to get his attention. That's all it is.
Now he chose to fly in the open that way. Look.
Hold on, right over his damn house. Huh?
Harassing me.
And then this fucking, you already know where he's from. Like who usually works for these type of companies? Romance. And they just there for a long ass time and rides off after he records it. Caught.
Flying drones outside my kid's window.
Kid's fucking window. Drones out of the kid's goddamn window, bro.
Flying the drones outside my bathroom window.
Out of the kid's window, that's like some shit out of a demonic movie, bro. That's exactly what the goddamn aliens always fucking do. They always target the goddamn kid. Get out their damn fucking window.
See, I'm in the bathroom. Now look at this. Outside my window.
And when the kids see, they're like, oh, there's other little kids outside. They're not really little kids, though. Not normal ones.
So look, this thing is spying in my bathroom window.
And these UFOs, these fake UFOs, these fucking things that NASA was talking about when it said they're going to use mass drones in the NASA war document, when they say they're going to destroy America with masses of drones, and they call America POTUS or something like that. And basically, these are the drones they're talking about. And this is why they want all this technology to make the drones work together in unison in perfect formation. Because then they can use these things as like shields, all kinds of stuff.
Look.
And they're fucking these high-level fucking drones. They're not regular drones. And the reason they need these drones to work like this is because UFOs move too fast for a living being to be in them. So they got to do it this way. They got to have it like just AI or shit piloting it.
This is happening in Victorville, California, you see?
And then these same fucking UFOs, like, I'm gonna wait till you know this shit, like, these UFOs are like, yeah.
When my family go to use the bathroom, sending Crips up to me in the gym, sending Bloods up to me, Mexican gang members up to me in the gym.
Yeah, we already know what gang he's with. The Snake Gang.
And you gotta deal with them by yourself. Imagine one man and a bunch of people, and you gotta deal with them by yourself.
Yep, that's how it is, bro. These people ain't got no imagination. They ain't got no heart, though. They can't put it in our shoes. I tell you, a lot of these so-called stars are these creatures, and then there are also those UFO, those man-made UFOs that are based around. Another woman. I don't know if that's really stalking them, so I'm gonna skip that. I'm not in that fake shit.
You gotta act like you gonna be calm. These cowards got guns.
See that shit? It's a lot more to it, you'll see. Wait for it. Skip. You see this? That's not no fucking plane. That's not normal. It's a fucking one of those UFO hologram orb things, or a fucking star, or those fake star shapeshifter creatures, man. And now you know why I'm gonna blow them down. It's untimely figs, blown by a strong wind. Something blows them damn things. That's why I didn't see it. And that one that fell down in Russia. Said it came down from the blind side of the sun, so they couldn't see it. No, the sun just blew it down. Sun creates wind. A lot more of that, man. A lot more of that. You see, he gets more into the UFO stuff. And then this last one, this guy, he was the one who the fucking host of the video was fucking like trolling him, man. I don't even got time to get into that. I'm gonna make a whole nother video about that shit. I'm gonna end with this one.
Doing now is putting a new lock on my house. You know what I'm saying? I just got this lock. The one on top, just put that in there.
I already know
Now
I
to
showed you
open my
this one
door.
though, man.
Look who you
It's
see
like one of my
outside.
favorite ones to start with. I don't know how I
You know what
wouldn't
I'm
have shown you it.
Just all of a sudden pulls up. Neighbors doing
So
what
I'm
they're
just
doing.
gonna go and
But
end it
just all of
with
a
this
sudden
part
pulls
that I
up
like.
just to show you who's the one doing it.
Cause I made
So
this
when you
video
tell me
like 3
call the
times
cops,
already, bro.
they're the ones doing it.
Well, I want to hear him say this last little part.
Pull by giving me the finger. You see the lady pull by, give me the finger. You see that? You see the 2 police pull up. Then I got, I'm watching.
Pretty
These
much
people are
sums this whole
demons,
thing up.
dog. You know what I'm saying? I just want
Say
you
it
to
one
know
time,
and
bro.
see
I want
that
to hear
these
that.
people are demonic, and I'm not crazy. I'm not paranoid. These people are demons, dog. You know what I'm saying? I didn't police pull up. Then I got, I'm watching. These people are demons, dog.
Get that in
You know
your
what I'm
head,
saying? I just
fools.
want y'all to know and see that these people are demonic, and I'm not crazy. I'm not paranoid. This is happening with a regular frequency, dog. This happens every day in my life. Some crazy stuff with these people.
You see this? Look at this. Why the fuck is my video now playing now?
This happens every day
saw
in my
that?
life. Some crazy stuff with these people, man. Thank you, Lord.
Now it's playing.
Mashiach Yahweh for the death of all my enemies and salvation of the righteous. This to all the elect out there. The beginning is near. Shalom.
And they even fuck with the ending of it. I don't even care though. We don't know what it is. They're scared. Oh, it's quite a long video.